Hello, you filthy animals. Welcome to Wrestling with Linz. Today we're going to be going over your top 10 wrestlers of 2018. Coming in at number 10, we have Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey had a great year. One of the best women's wrestlers on the roster. One of the best. I'm not saying she is the best, but her WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 34 was she tag team with Kurt Angle and went against Stephanie McMahon and her husband Triple H. That match was awesome. It was pretty good. It was honestly great to watch. Made me excited about wrestling. She ended up getting some hits on Triple H. She actually sold some moves to Stephanie McMahon, which showed that Ronda Rousey wasn't playing around. And it showed that she wasn't here to mock the WWE. She was actually coming in here, and it cemented herself as, wow, she's going to be a workhorse for the WWE. And she honestly, I'm not the biggest fan, but I'll give credit where credit's due. She's elevated the women's division. She has become the women's Raw champion, and she continues great feuds with the likes of Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. 2019 looks very promising for those three women, and we're going to see where that leads. And number 9, we have Charlotte Flair. She was listed in the rivalry before with, as we've said before, Ronda Rousey and with Becky Lynch. Now, she started off the year very strong. Her WrestleMania match against Asuka was a good match. She ended up ending the streak of Asuka, her 2.5-year streak that Asuka had of being undefeated. Some people were a little apprehensive about the decision made by management, but honestly, it just cemented Charlotte as one of the best wrestlers we have on the roster as well. The top 3 would have to be, she'd be on that list of top 3 women in the industry. And also, her feud with Becky Lynch has set the wrestling world on fire. Many people just can't get enough of these two women's matches and their battles. They had a great match at Evolution. Honestly, that was in the top 10 matches of 2018 for sure. And she went ahead and fought in the place of Becky Lynch at Survivor Series and took on Ronda Rousey, where that match honestly was one of the best as well. I wouldn't put it in the top 10, but I would put it in an honorable mention of this year's best matches. She literally, we didn't know she was going heel, we didn't know she was face. She took a kendo stick to Ronda Rousey. She just went crazy, and she can sell crazy, and that's what many of the fans are enjoying. So we're going to see where Charlotte Flair, the Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey feud, we're going to see where it takes us as well into 2019. Number 8, you have Tommaso Ciampa. Now, this guy is setting NXT on fire. He was in a tag team with Gargano. They were great friends. He ended up turning heel on Gargano and shocked the NXT fans. Many people were like, whoa, what's going on? But that was one of the best heel turns of 2018. He ended up he is the current NXT champion, and he's doing a great job. He's bringing the title to where it needs to be. Many great matches are coming from this. Recently there was a steel cage match that Gargano was in. He ended up running into the match and shutting the door on Gargano's opponent. In the ring, he and Gargano performed the DIY, and we're going to see where that leads. But that is awesome to watch as well. So Gargano, he's going to have a great 2019. Probably, I don't know if he's going to join the main roster right away, but he is promising, and they should bring him up. Number 7, we got AJ Styles. I mean, who can argue with that? AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers in the company. He had the great title reign with the WWE title of 2018. He had some great matches. He continues to just be the best in the company. He's also getting older, so he did drop the title to Daniel Bryan in a great match. He also at TLC he had a good showing against where he wanted to retain the title, but he lost. But it was a wonderful match. He looks like he's going to be going a little bit in part-time status because he is getting older, and he is probably wanting to spend more time with his family. And then coming in at number 6, we have Monday Night Rollins. Come on now, Seth Rollins is coming back. He's honestly bringing the company back to where it needs to be. With Reigns out, not too many people are the babyface of the company at the current moment. We don't have many faces right now. Brock Lesnar, we don't really know where he stands. He's the Universal Champion. He doesn't have it on Raw that much, but the fans seem to really love Seth Rollins. He did have a tough match against Dean Ambrose at TLC, but I believe he can rebound. 2019 looks very promising. Honestly, he might win the Royal Rumble. He might become the Universal Champion against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. We're currently unsure of what is to happen during that time. Coming in at number 5, we have Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, he has put on some great matches this year in Japan. One of the great matches I enjoyed was watching him against Chris Jericho, and where that led pretty much how it helped Jericho remain relevant as well. He honestly, I don't know if he will return to the WWE, but if he enters the Royal Rumble in 2019, that will create a generous amount of eyes on the television for sure. That honestly, Kenny Omega is a draw, and that will bring people to watch WWE. And if he comes back to the Royal Rumble, I believe that will be awesome. He does like creative freedom, so him signing with WWE will be pretty much undecided at the current moment what he's gonna do. We will hope he comes back. And number 4, we have the man Chris Jericho. I just love Chris Jericho. Okay, he honestly can continue to reinvent himself. As I said before, he had a great match with Kenny Omega. He is killing it in Japan. Honestly, I don't think he's going to be coming back to the WWE anytime soon because he is just having great matches out there. He continues to reinvent himself. He's currently he has face paint on his face. He's continuously outdoing himself. Number 3, we got Daniel Bryan. All right, Daniel Bryan made his return 2018, made all fans excited about wrestling again. He kind of had a stale time back when he first came back, but then all of a sudden he decided to turn heel. He turned heel and won the belt against AJ Styles, low blowed him, and won in a heelish way, which surprised the fans. Honestly, he is one of the top heels in the company, and 2019 is looking very promising for Daniel Bryan. I'm not sure what the plans are for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Some have said he might face with the likes of Shawn Michaels. He could face AJ Styles again. I believe if they get a match with Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles, that will be you can't miss that match. That'll be something that everyone will want to tune in to see what happens in that. With Shawn Michaels coming back previously this year, no one thought he'd come back, and he did. So that just gives us hope that maybe that Daniel Bryan will go against the man, the Heartbreak Kid. And honestly, I believe Shawn Michaels will put Daniel Bryan over if they were to have a match at WrestleMania. And then number 2, this is the man Roman Reigns. Obviously, he's out right now, but I believe he was one of the best wrestlers of 2018 just because he was the face of the company. Yes, the man is out with leukemia right now. You have to give credit where credit is due. I've never been a big Roman Reigns fan. Like I've said previously when I said that about Ronda Rousey. Yes, I have a favorite, but I will give the credit where credit is due, and that Roman Reigns has built the company, and he has rode the ride very well. He's remained a class act. He continuously was getting booed and still remained pushed through, and he retained the title at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar, and many people were very happy that the title came back to pretty much someone who defends the title on Raw and is a full-time champion. He did drop the title is no longer with Roman Reigns. It is back on Brock Lesnar. That is something that we're going to have to figure out. WWE is going to have to figure out what they want to do. They could headline Rollins and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That is still undecided. They're the only ones that know what they want to do, but I wish Roman Reigns a speedy recovery. He is still the number 2 wrestler of 2018, even though he has been gone for several months. All right, number 1, my favorite wrestler, and in my opinion, the top wrestler of 2018, Becky Lynch. Who has had a better rise than Becky Lynch this year? Wow. Coming into SummerSlam, not many people thought that Becky Lynch would have so many fans and so many people rooting for her and wanting her to headline WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey. Now, that was one of the best turns I've seen because technically she didn't even go heel. WWE wanted her to be heel, but the fans did not let that happen. The fans totally have controlled this rise of Becky Lynch, and that is one of the things that brings wrestling, that is what makes wrestling so much fun, because this time, in my opinion, Ronda Rousey has been treated a little bit like Roman Reigns for the push that she has had, and for having a full-time wrestler like Becky Lynch rise up as an underdog and to come in and hopefully win the Royal Rumble and put Ronda Rousey on the mat and walk out as a Raw's Women's Champion. That is something that many of the fans are really excited for. But Becky Lynch has put on some great matches this year. She had a great match with Charlotte Flair at Evolution, a last woman standing match, and that's when you realize that WWE was gonna go with the fans and pretty much accept the fact that the fans love Becky Lynch. So they actually had her win, and she had one of the best SmackDown Live championship runs under the women's division, and I enjoyed her reign for sure. And many fans, I believe she has elevated the title and has done so much for the women's division, and many people need to thank Becky Lynch coming up in the years ahead for just the groundbreaking performances and everything that she's done for the women's movement for this. Many people are going to be looking back on this time and saying thank you, Becky Lynch, for making this industry what it is today. So the man is the top pick for me in 2018. Let me know in the comments who your favorite wrestler is and who you believe deserves to be the champ at WrestleMania for both sides, and who do you feel is the number one person and should have a major push in 2019. Like and subscribe if you want me to continue making these videos, and I can't wait to see what 2019 has to bring.